Josh Whitaker. This is Joe Hamer. We're both attorneys with the law firm of McCullers, Whitaker, and Hamer. Welcome to Real Estate Closings 101. Today our topic is back-to-back closings. And so for those of you who don't know, when we talk about back-to-back closings, that means you're selling property and using those proceeds to buy property in the same day. So we've got two closings. Our clients sell and then our clients purchase. And so back-to-back closings take a couple of forms, but usually the property is a lot of times not in the same location as the property you're buying. So there's a closing process going on out of state or out of county or at a different attorney's office, and we're going to close your purchase, but we're waiting on that closing to wrap up. And so the reason we bring it up today is it requires some communication between all parties so everybody knows what's going on. And there's some logistical requirements that we have to take into consideration to make it as smooth as possible.
So logistically speaking, in the perfect scenario, we're doing your sale, we're doing your purchase, which makes it kind of easy because all the money's going to be in one place. The only thing that you really need to be cognizant of in that situation is you need to know what you're making from your sale. You need to know what you're bringing for your purchase, because there's a chance that we're going to be cutting you a check back at the end of the day. But there's also a chance that you're not going to have sufficient funds from your sale to fund your purchase, in which case you need to plan on either getting us a wire transfer, certified funds, whatever needs to be done to make up that difference.
And I would interrupt to point out that a lot of these numbers aren't going to be available to you until the very tail end, like maybe the day before. Like you're going to have some estimates. You'll have an estimate on what you think you're going to make on your sale, and you'll have some estimates your lender or someone has given you on what you're going to need to bring to your purchase. But a lot of times you're not going to have final numbers until the very end. And that is very disconcerting to a lot of people because people like to be prepared and plan. So what Joe was saying is be prepared for a shortfall. Unless you're going to make 100,000 and your estimate to purchase is 25, but just be ready for those numbers to change because that throws people for a loop. They are not prepared for that.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a drastic change, but definitely some changes. So
exactly. So in the more likely scenario that another attorney is either doing your sale or your purchase, in the event that your sale's happening elsewhere, it's super important that you guys let us know as early as possible, because what we have to do is we have to coordinate with that attorney. We have to provide that attorney with our wiring instructions, and it's very likely that they're going to have some kind of safeguard and procedure that we need to provide those instructions in a form that can be verified, and they may be sticklers about it. So it may take some time to coordinate that process. So the earlier you let us know, put us in touch with that attorney, the sooner we can get those instructions over and make sure a transfer is going to happen smoothly.
I think a lot of people have a misconception that when someone says they're wiring money, that happens very fast. And wires, I guess, are very fast once they get sent. But things do have to be verified. For the sale of your property, that closing attorney is going to have to get that purchase funded. We're going to have to get it on record, and there's a couple of hours of work. So if you close that at 9 a.m, we may not get your wire till your proceeds till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And as a general piece of advice, I would always assume that closing attorney is going to do the worst job possible, and is going to take as much time as humanly possible.
Because he's not us.
Because he's not us.
Right.
But also because you don't want to have plans that require that to happen quickly, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen quickly. You're going to be sitting around. We're going to be waiting for that wire. You're going to be upset with us. We're going to be upset with them. Everyone's going to be upset.
If you have a back-to-back closing, have some preparation for maybe not being able to move in the same day. At least have a plan.
Have a plan.
Everything will probably work out just fine,
Sure.
but 1 out of 25 times it won't. And so if you're sitting there in your moving truck waiting on keys with no backup plan, it's not going to be fun. So always a backup plan.
Yes, exactly. Now, if we're doing your sale and another attorney's doing your purchase, as big of a mistake as we might say that would be, it may just be necessary because you're moving so far away. It's a possibility. It's essential that you let us know who the attorney is. So just like we would coordinate on your purchase to get the funds from that attorney, that we can coordinate and get your funds over to that attorney for the second part of your closing. So communicate with us. Just let us know.
Yeah, communication is really the biggest part of this. And then I would add, if you're selling property, certainly let us know, but bring a copy of your seller CD to your purchase closing. A lot of times your lender for your purchase is going to require a signed seller CD from your sale as part of their funding requirements. And I can't tell you how many transactions that has slowed down because no one has it.
Exactly.
The other thing I would tell you is, we're talking about back-to-back closings. You sell and then you can't purchase until your proceeds come, and that is logistically correct, but you don't have to time your closing that way. So if you're selling at 2:00 in the afternoon in an attorney's office down the street, and you're purchasing, you don't have to wait till after 2:00 to sign your purchase transaction. All right, so your purchase can be 9:00 in the morning, even if you're not selling till 12.
It's actually better that way.
Yeah, because we just hold everything until the money comes.
Sure.
So a lot of people get hung up thinking I can't buy until I sell, but in reality, it as long as we're doing it the same day, the time doesn't matter.
And in the event that I say it's better because there's been so many times where we've had a back to back, and the buyers are like, oh, we can't come. There's been a delay with our sale. We can't come. But the sooner you get to our office and sign everything, and we have everything in hand,
ready to go,
the sooner we're able to fund it. And basically, we can get to a situation where we're just waiting on a wire transfer, and then we can press a button and get you done.
As soon as that wire hits, we're done.
So,
well, I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. See you next time.